times. A lot of fun. So I will throw that immediately over to them.
What's up, everybody? I'm Shredberg. I'm going to be commentating this awesome Captain Toad run by the one and only. It says Eric J. Math on the stream, but it looks to me like Captain Toad himself.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Eric J. Math, and I'll be running Captain Toad. As we can see, Toad is taking a quick little nap before we get started.
He is resting up to make sure he's got the energy. This starts on first movement, so Eric's just going to do a countdown.
Yeah, are we ready? Everything's ready? I will take this.
I should be ready. Yeah, why not?
Okay, great. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. Great. So yeah, this is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Oh, I am playing on the Nintendo Switch. There's also a version on the Wii U and the 3DS, I think, actually. But this is the Switch version. The way this game works is that it's kind of broken up into 3 episodes. I will be playing most of the levels in each of the episodes. 16 levels in the first 2 episodes, 23 levels in the last one. Each of these levels has 3 gems, which are kind of optional. They act as progress collectibles, so I need to have a certain number by the end of the run. Each level also has a bonus objective, which for the most part we'll be trying to avoid because it skips an animation. And has a star at the end. All the levels have stars, and that's the end of the level, so I can't skip that. As I mentioned, we have to have 155 gems at the very end of this run to get to the last 2 levels. So basically the route is designed to get the fastest 155 gems. Some levels are skippable, as you probably could figure out. Some are not. So yeah, that's the idea. And just after we started running for about 10 seconds there, we have about a minute of these like cutscenes before we can actually start to play the game.
Yeah, and the Switch version also has a couple additional pop-ups that aren't in the Wii U version too, for like DLC and stuff.
Yeah.
So in this first level, you're going to notice he's using this blue dot, which through motion controls on the controller allows him to break blocks. He'll use it later to stun enemies and really interact with the environment in different ways. If you've played Super Mario 3D World recently, it's similar to that. But yeah, as you can see, he's just going in as fast as he can, getting all 3 gems. You can beat the level much quicker than these, but as Eric was explaining, you need 155 of those gems. So gonna get the quickest gems possible. There's a few levels where Eric's only gonna be getting 2 of the 3 gems, but it's only like, I want to say 3 or 4 levels. The rest of them that you play, you do all 3.
Yeah, something like that. This game has a lot of multitasking, so I'll be controlling Toad, the camera, and the blue dot all at once to kind of help me out. And it can get really challenging just because of that. One thing that you might have seen, I kind of fell off off of that top platform there and landed somewhere that I probably am not supposed to have landed, but Toad has a very large hitbox in this game, so you can kind of walk across gaps and cut corners in a way that you probably shouldn't be able to, all because of Toad's giant hitbox.
Plenty of skips with that. You just have the camera there just like in one angle. You're doing everything like blind basically there.
Yeah, you get used to it a little bit. Yeah,
that's the hardest thing about this run really, is like the camera. This run would be way easier if you had 3 hands, but yeah, without 3 hands, definitely tricky with the camera. So this level is going to be interesting, where Eric's going to be getting the 3 gems and then immediately restarting. This is something that's only true on the Switch version of the game. It doesn't work on the Wii U version, where on the Wii U version you had to complete the level with your gems in order to get them or something like that. But on the Switch version, you can just restart and you keep all of your gems, which again is also similar to 3D world that just came out. And also he's going to be trying, there's these bonus objectives that are going to be at the bottom here. For example, clear the course in 3 touches, so he needs to make sure that he moves those. Oh, well, actually he didn't. So he accidentally got that, which gives you that stamp there. It's an additional like 1.5 seconds of
Yeah.
time in between. Not a huge deal, but something that you want to avoid generally. A lot of levels, you'll naturally miss it. You have to go out of your way to get the additional challenge, but some of them you need to watch out. Got the Shy Guys to get the gem.
Yeah, I avoided falling off a ladder there in order to skip climbing down the ladder, which saves time.
Yeah, it saves more time than you think too. Toad's movement's somewhat slow, so that kind of movement optimization like really helps.
Great, and now we have a level with double cherries, and if you have played Super Mario 3D World, you know how these work, but they also are in Captain Toad, so I have to control both of these toads at once, and I have like a little bit of a route kind of figured out for this first part, just to get through this little maze as fast as I can. But definitely can like cost a lot of time if you make small mistakes in this part. And now I have to go back and forth here with both toads.
There's some ways to save time on this like back and forth thing too, but they're somewhat precise. You like try to keep Toad at the very edge of things, and it saves like fractions of seconds.
Another blind gem here.
Oh, I don't think you grabbed it.
I did. Yeah, there's an audio cue.
Yeah. How many more double cherries levels are there? There's not many.
None in the actual any percent route, but there's another one.
Yeah. Kind of just like I wish there was more. The double cherry thing is cool. Have 3 or 4 toads even.
Love these quick tips after I've already used the information.
So they're skipping a level. Here, this is another level where you're gonna use that restart mechanic where just going straight to a gem and then restarting to put yourself at the back of the level while still having the gem.
Yep,
It's
and
one thing-
here we have spin wheels, and I don't like spin wheels.
They're weird. One weird thing about spin wheels is like when you're running away from them, you have to not be pressing sprint for a little bit because the grab button and sprint button are the same button. So you gotta really be careful.
Yep. There's a weird timing associated with it, and it's definitely takes some getting used to.
Yeah, it's further away than you think, like how far away you can grab it. And
Now we get into our first minecart level.
First person shooter Toad.
Yeah, so it's a rail shooter, and I do want to get these gems where I can use the turnips to get them. The bonus objective for this level is kill all the enemies, so I'm going to leave this one alive, send a message.
There's
Also
really,
just to save time.
it really like depends on the runner of what you want to do. I definitely try to get like literally everything in this except for killing one of the enemies. Some people I've noticed like just use it as like a break, but whenever I try to just do nothing, I'll end up missing a gem. Just like I don't know.
Yeah, I always try and get a 1-up here for hopefully for no reason, but just to get 100 coins. I just like it. I don't know why.
Nice, you got it. 101, 102 even. Oh, and now I think you're going to be going into the first boss of the game.
That's right. Yep.
I think this is like the hardest, at least in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's so early, but I think this is the hardest of this type of boss, at least.
Yeah, there's a. I'll talk a little bit about it. There's a intentional damage you take like right at the beginning of the level, or I take at least. And all of that is to skip a fireball cycle at the very end of the level, which if you're not fast enough with your movement, you can die to that because you have already taken damage. So it can definitely be scary. We'll see how it works out here. Yeah, so I'm going to take intentional damage as I grab this gem to get this ladder cycle here. I'm going to hold this ladder in place to get the other gem. And again, as soon as I get a little further, some fireballs are going to be raining down from the sky. And I would like to not get one of those to land on Toad's head. So we'll see how that works. Should be fast enough to kind of just go right underneath it.
It seems like 4 or so seconds as well. It's a pretty big time save compared to having to wait for that fireball to disappear.
Yeah, right there. Perfect.
Good start to the run so far.
Yeah, not bad. And now there's a large bump on the Dragodon's head there. We may see that in the future.
Now there's like 3 or 4 of these, but like a cutscene level where all you do is walk forward a few steps, and then there's a cute cutscene where Toad is about to go to sleep for the night. I think they're worth it, even though it's just time lost, but I'd say worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're first learning this game, or when I was first learning this game, I would forget that you have to actually run there. So I would take a second. I'm like, oh no. This level involves a lot of movement. I'll have Shredber talk about just kind of like turning around in general in this game, if you'd like.
So in this game, if you turn around and like immediately think about the cardinal directions, like up, down, left, right, if you do a 180 directly, like you're pressing right and then you immediately go to left, Toad will sort of stop and then start to accelerate back. But if you do like a U-turn, you go much faster there. You don't really lose as much speed. You don't have to accelerate back to full speed. So turning around, Eric's not going to do like he'll make sure to U every single time instead of doing a very direct turnaround.
I will attempt to.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I think this level shows like a lot of the multitasking. So when I'm in this blue pipe here, I'm going to be breaking some blocks in the background for later. Just something, since I'm not moving anything else, I can kind of focus on the blue dot for a second.
There, try to get it to where just as close to that switch as possible. And one
I
thing
really
with
like
this
Toad
level,
arms.
one thing with this level is that there's a lot of like corner clips in it where you walk over what is mostly the air, but Toad, his hitbox again, like unless you're all the way off, like the very edge of his foot will keep you on the ground, which is nice.
Right. Yeah, we'll use that a lot more later on.
Here's another level too, where just grabbing a gem and then restarting. It's interesting. The Switch version is slower than the Wii U version, from what we understand, because of loads. But there's a lot of things in the Switch version. Jeez, unlucky there. A lot of things in the Switch version that are much faster. Like restarting some of these, there's like 20 seconds overall probably saved from that kind of stuff. But overall, the run's just a bit slower on Switch.
Yeah, I don't know exactly why, but I guess load times would play a part.
Yeah. It's pretty common for a lot of the Wii U to Switch ports to just have slower loads in general. Like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is like, there's a lot of reasons why it should be faster, but the load times are just not friendly. From what I understand, it's the same with this, but not entirely sure. You're going to be going for a cycle skip. It's got to do like a really quick turnaround. There. Nice.
Yeah. That one feels like RNG to me sometimes. Yeah. Lots of these little like quick cycles that you can make. Some of them you can't make. In the Wii U version of this game, wasn't most of these like yellow cycle platforms were like the ones you had to blow into, I think? In the blow into the microphone?
Some levels they end up being slower because of that, because you can't control your cycles. But for the most part, it's not a huge time loss compared to the Wii U version.
Right.
Okay, so this one, we're talking about that bonus objective earlier, and we don't want to get the bonus objective. The bonus objective here is to not kill an enemy, so Eric is going to kill that enemy, uses that blue dot to stop it, to where when Eric falls, he hit right on top of that. And he's going to be using the blue dot to like stall enemies as well, to make sure that he can, just squeeze right past them. And then has a tight turnip throw here to get the last one.
Ooh, that looks like it wasn't going to hit. Very nice.
The gem hitboxes are like pretty friendly, luckily. The hitboxes in general, like in this game, kind of are. Which is nice.
Oh, nice. A gold split. Very nice.
Do we have time to sneak in a donation?
Go for it.
Bash Prime donated $25, saying, "For going over estimate and subjecting Valuethon to such a cursed seed, I had a great time. Thank you so much for having me. We appreciate that, Metroid 2 run. Or Metroid Prime 2, not Metroid 2. Thank you very much for that donation."
Okay, so this level has that giant Goomba tower that you can see over here. I'm going to hold it here. I think that's about right. Where I can get the gem but not actually touch the Goomba tower. Perfect. Well, I'll still touch the Goomba tower, I guess, at the bottom. But anyways, if you can do that, then you avoid the animation where Toad bops every single Goomba on the way down, which can definitely cost a few seconds.
Yeah, it's probably like 2 or 3. Very good time save to get. Oh, and now we get to go on the train.
The easy train.
Yeah.
Yeah, so talking about Toad's hitbox earlier, Toad's hitbox and collision with the environment and the gems here is really forgiving, and also is like forgiving in the other direction for enemies. So like I can just kind of sneak past these Shy Guys without taking damage, even though it looks like I should take damage. And I have to 2-2 this train here for marathon purposes. It's a tradition. I will take the time lock. Yeah. Perfect.
Amazing. Gives you that 1-up that you can grab, but Eric doesn't need lives.
If you actually collect the 1-up, it's the bonus objective, so I don't do that. I don't take that much time lost. Let's be realistic here.
Yeah. One second's fine. 3 or 4. That's where it becomes an issue. Damage boost there to get. You don't have to worry about the cycle, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and now we're on to the first Wingo fight. I will be attempting a skip here. It might take me, hopefully it doesn't take me more than 2 tries, but I will have Shredberg talk about this skip at the beginning as I attempt it.
Yeah, so we want to be getting all 3 of these gems, just like most other levels. And the thing about it is Wingo will start to flap his wings. He gives you strong wind and pushes Toad back. What we want to do is get a gem before Wingo sort of pushes you back. And that lets you do also a skip. You basically climb a ladder and you can use that wind pushing you back to get onto a platform instead of basically going around. You'd have to wait a bunch of cycles. What Eric does, and you saw him fall on the first try, is sort of go on the corner there, because Wingo's going to start moving immediately once you fall off that platform. So what you want to do is sort of go and give yourself as much time as possible. You have to throw that turnip at him.
That was really scary.
Yeah, that turnip can be like quite difficult to attack. And then, as I was explaining before, you saw that wind get it, and that's actually like a huge time save there too, because instead of going all the way around, you have to do like 3 or 4 different floors. You basically just go all the way to the end. It's like a 25-30 second time save.
Yeah.
To get that.
You also saw I kind of just walked on the air for a second in order to climb up a ladder at the very end.
Yeah, ladders let you do that. It's like the hitboxes in this game are very nice, very friendly, but it's still a spooky. It's still like you can mess that up if you're not careful. And so here, Wingo, what Eric wants to do is Wingo to line up just like Wingo did and try to get all 3 of them there, but it doesn't look like that. Yeah, you sort of have to set it up in a certain way. Okay.
Oh, dang. I didn't press the button enough times. Oh well.
So the big thing there is you can get it all in one cycle. You know, while Wingo's stunned, you can throw all 3 turnips. I don't want to say it's unrealistic to get that, because it is, but what you don't want to have happen is what happened to Eric there, where if you... There's that cutscene that plays. What you want to have happen is you throw one that hits Wingo, it sort of spins around again, and then you throw the other 2. Because there's that cutscene that plays in between where Toadette gives you either a 1-up or a mushroom. But Wingo is RNG, so it can be difficult to set it up because you are reliant on RNG. And here, Eric is going to save Toadette. Already.
Of course.
Very nice.
Already.
It's wild that the game's already over.
It's crazy.
It's gonna throw
An
up
hour
the
and a half
timer.
ahead of estimate.
Yeah. So I guess we can watch the credits because we can't skip them.
It's actually an hour of credits. That's why the estimate's what it is.
And timing for some reason won't end until after the credits are all done. No.
Very old school timing. Final input. There's one A press at the end of the credits.
Gotta clear away that text box.
We do have $50 though from Mark and Sue Jameson saying, "Good job, Eric." Already
Oh, those are my
preemptively
parents.
wishing you a good job because I know this is going to be a world record.
That's parents. Eric J. Parents.
Nice.
I guess to spoil it here, this game is separated into 3 episodes. And at the end of episode 1, for whatever reason, it gives you credits that you can't skip. It's as if you beat the game. But there's actually 2 more episodes that are going to come up. It's actually kind of weird to me. I don't understand why they gave you credits here as if you beat the game. Despite
They just wanted you to see all the names.
True. What's up? Matthew Potter on this has, like, I don't know if it's a typo, but he has 3 T's.
Yeah, shout outs to Matthew Potter.
I assume it's not a typo, but I've never seen somebody spell Matthew with 3 T's.
I should try to do some research real quick.
I'm fairly certain that they work for like other Nintendo games. Like I've seen their name in credits for other Nintendo games, and there's not 3 T's, but I'm actually not sure.
Interesting.
Episode 2 is now open.
Oh boy. One
surely-
exciting twist.
Surely this will be the exact same cutscene that we've already seen. Right? We're in the same spot at the very beginning of the run.
The lighting's a bit different, though, you know?
It's later in the day, I guess.
Yeah.
Everything seems the same.
Probably just like remixed levels, you know? I guess.
Yeah. Okay, Wingo did show up last time, so still everything is the same. Oh no, wait a minute. Now Toadette has fallen over, and Toad grabs the star. Shocking twist.
So there's 3 episodes, right?
Yes.
That's right.
So the 3rd episode, everything gets taken except for the star, and he plays the star, right? Right? That's the
pretty
logical conclusion we're coming to here.
Don't want to spoil things. But yes.
I do see a question in chat about the co-op run. I don't know much about the co-op run, but you still have to get all the same gems and play all the same levels. So although you can kind of multitask with having 2 people, you still have to get all the same gems and stuff. So I think that's why the run is not like that much faster than the standard any percent.
I've never seen I want to watch the co-op run because, like, in theory, you could save like 4 or 5 seconds every single level. But yeah,
Yeah, I think the record's like 111 for co-op.
I mean that makes sense then. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
But I think there's only one run of co-op.
Yeah, the runners for, from what I understand, have done like 3-4 runs of it. Just like whenever they had the chance. When is Eric and Shredbird co-op record? Now that's a good question.
Oh. All right.
This one has a big skip. Are you gonna go for that or no?
I'm not going to go for that. It is
Probably
very
smart.
inconsistent. For me, at least.
It's a hard skip. I've never got it with any sort of consistency personally. Grabbing a key here and like making sure to beat out this piranha plant. Grab a gem. This one you just try to get on the fast cycle. Stay ahead of enemies. Grab the... What are those enemies called? Those mole dudes with the plant head.
I don't know. I know these ones are stumpers, but I don't know what the moles are. I guess I just call them moles.
Yeah. Key switch brings the... Is it, I guess, a drawbridge, just a bridge, not a drawbridge. Using the blue dot to keep those piranha plants away.
And now our second rail shooter level.
This has a very important gem at the very beginning.
I will do my best.
A strat called Gamer Gem, where you get the gem while it's technically hidden behind a rock.
first try.
It's very important for the run that you get Gamer Gem.
Definitely saves a lot of time in this auto scroller level.
You're supposed to get it when you go around the corner there. Like, maybe not supposed to, but that's when you can get it, and it's very, very easy. But getting it early lets you get it early, which is important.
Yeah. Another Toad Runner calls it Swag Diamond, which, I don't know, I think I'm a Gamer Gem fan instead of Swag Diamond.
Like, from what I've seen with Toad Runners, like everybody, I don't know if there's like any name for almost any strat. It's just all like whatever people want to call it, or like anything.
That's true. I call something Chai Kitty Skip because Chai Kitty showed it to me, but it's also like in the world record video.
Nice. I call that in the Dragodon fight, there is a strat Crichter Skip that I don't know why it's called Crichter Skip, to be honest, but shout out to Crichter23.
I don't even know what that is.
It's getting past that fireball that drops down at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Skipping that is Crichter Skip. This level is really frustrating because no matter what, you can't have a good camera angle really, and you have to destroy those boxes. Eric did a great job at that though.
Yeah, I practiced this a lot. Oh,
It seems like it wouldn't be that bad, but the thing is that like it's really easy to oh no.
I landed outside of the collision of the gem.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
But it's really easy to think that you should be hitting those boxes, but you're actually hitting the pathway and not doing anything. But Eric did a good job there.
And this is, I would say this level has like the most, or the first like really big skip. This level is all about moving the water level up and down, but we're not going to do that at all, actually. For some reason, this fence is just like shorter right there, so you can walk on it.
It's specifically so you can do that skip.
I mean,
How Miyamoto wanted.
And then we're going to do another skip here on this red pipe. So you can kind of just walk across the red pipe, on top of the red pipe here, to get to the star. Again, due to large hitboxes. Yep.
Normally you'd raise the water level there. But yeah, this lets you walk across. The only thing you have to worry about there is that you are like pointing at like a 90-degree angle from it, I guess.
That's right, yeah.
And that's it. Straightforward, but you just want to make sure that your camera angle is good. Skipping level 6 to go to this one. Sliding these things back and forth. Once you slide it one direction, it goes to the other side of the level.
Get a little close to those bullet bills there sometimes.
Seems like... Oh no, you're just a little bit faster than the bullet bills. That's right.
Yeah.
It can be scary when they're... Like, that level, you can have it be, like, right behind you. That's always frightening. But... Can go to a boo house next.
Yeah, one thing the game hasn't told me yet is that you can turn on and off your headlamp, which would be useful maybe in this level. I don't know. I don't know what you'd ever turn your headlamp off, actually.
I think there's a level in episode 3 where it would be nice to have, that way you don't, because Shy Guys can see the light.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But it's not technically necessary, but I think it might be helpful. I don't know though. Big boos here that Eric's going to use the blue dots to make sure that his path is not obstructed.
Yeah,
you know, it's
we're
funny
just going to disappear.
Yeah, I thought at first that you had to like continually tap the button So that was like really difficult to not get hit, and every single time you get hit, you lose time. Turns out you can just hold ZR as the button, and it keeps it stunned, which that was a fun thing to learn.
Right. Okay, this one I think is actually the hardest Dragodon fight. Or I die the most in it, I guess. I don't know if that means it's the hardest.
It's definitely spooky. Here at the beginning, there's a restart that happens, and that is mostly to reset the cycle. So Eric grabs the gem and restarts. Yeah, and make sure that Eric can hit that. You can also skip the cutscene the second time.
Yep.
That's fast enough. I'll get there. And right here, these moving platforms, you have to be just fast enough. This is one where on the Wii U version, I'm also pretty sure that it was you blew into the microphone for it. I'm not 100% sure. That would be a lot easier than this because it's actually quite tight. But Eric does a great job of it, but still got some scary parts to go.
I don't know how to avoid that fireball at the top of the ladder.
I don't think you can
I think it's
beat
there
that cycle.
specifically.
Like, at least with grabbing the gem. If you skipped the gem, I'm sure that you could do it.
Yeah. Damage there is fine. It's good. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Nice. Very easy to fall off or take a hit near the beginning of it, and so then, like, at the end, you have to be very careful. It's very difficult to not get hit by those fireballs at the end, so it's very spooky.
Yeah, there is a mushroom right there that I've taken before and then immediately taken damage, like right after you collect the mushroom. So there's a backup, but it's obviously you don't want to wait more cycles.
Yeah.
All right, and now we have this lovely cutscene.
Beautiful cutscene. You can get so many coins here. The thing is, it doesn't do anything for you. There's nothing. You can just not press a button. You can press A to breathe fire and have fun with it. Like, nothing that you do matters here.
Yeah, you can move up and down. Very fun.
Yeah.
But no, I use this as a handbrake most of the time.
You'd think that the game would give you 1-ups, you know? The game's friendly in so many different ways, except for giving you 1-ups, I guess. But no. It's still fun. You get to break blocks.
Great. All right. Back into the gameplay. This level, this turnip at the beginning is like, I don't like the placement of the turnips. You can't run. Well, you can run while you carry an item, like a turnip or a key. But if you're running when you're near a spin wheel, you'll be grabbed onto it. And if you're holding a turnip while you're running next to a spin wheel, the turnip goes away. You throw it.
You're like explaining that, so I think that you thought you accidentally grabbed the turn wheel. Is that what happened there? You like ran away from it?
No, I specifically like don't run at all at the very beginning of that level to avoid that.
Right.
But yeah, it was okay. I was a little slow there, but no big deal. Take damage there. Whoops. Oh well.
It happens. If there's one place to take damage, it's right there. It is slow, you get that animation, but at the end of the day, not the end of the world.
Yeah, and now we're going to be going to a level where you use a spin move that you never use anywhere else in this run. So I'll let Shredberg talk about that. If you like.
Yeah, so he's going to be trying to get a fast cycle here that's quite difficult. As you can see, it's going back and forth, and the second gem here, he's going to try to get this really quickly, which makes you have to, like, Yeah, you have to like cut corners and fall off super fast there. Barely didn't get it. But here at the end, if you see that I forget what they're called, Spike I think is his name.
Yeah.
If you spin around really fast, I think it's like 3 times or so, you end up doing a spin move and you can hurt enemies with it. So you intentionally take damage too to make sure that you're in that hitbox, and that hurts them. And that what you'd have to do instead is go off to a platform above it and then jump on his head, which is like 3 or 4 seconds slower. So if you just do that spin move, you don't use it anywhere else in the run. Here at the beginning, there's a skip that you want to go for. It's sort of tight. You are falling down and just barely hitting the ledge of this. And Eric gets it first try. He's a gamer.
Very nice.
Other than that, this level is super fast. Like already all 3 of those gems.
I see Green Snowdog is in the chat. Hello, Green Snowdog. Welcome.
Is that the Switch World Record holder?
Indeed.
Amazing.
Gamer extraordinaire.
We love to see it. Very good level. The very beginning of that level can really give some issues. And so this one right here is a just clear pipes. Basically, you just hold directions when you need to. They're the camera angle affects the direction that you are going. It can be a bit unintuitive, but at the end, what really happens is that you just get used to the directions you have to press. Gotta get this hammer thing, and that lets you run into enemies and hurt them. And also grab this gem. And then after grabbing this gem, gonna go around to this gem over to the right, and then get to the end and beat the level.
Yeah, lots of weird camera angles. You have to like figure out how you want to do the level, because if you hold a slightly different direction at a slightly different camera angle, it can change the way you go in the clear pipes.
Damage boosts at the end there, which is much faster than going around. And we're gonna get another little cutscene. Very fun. The first 2 at least, I think, both have 18 levels, and then episode 3 has like 25.
28 total, but we play 23 of them. Yeah.
Nice. And so, as explained at the beginning of the run, right? So the basically the goal is you do have to beat certain levels to unlock the next one. Sometimes you're given 2 levels. If you beat the second level in that, it would just progress you further. But the goal really is to get 155 gems to unlock the last 2 levels. For the most part, you grab 3. This one we only grab 2. That is because one of the gems, the second gem, it takes probably like 15 seconds to grab it. So
Sorry. Yeah, it takes a really long time to get the last gem. In all of the levels where you get just 2, it's like a really big deal to not get the third one. I was attempting to do a hitbox skip there at the beginning, but I kind of messed it up. That's why I made a noise.
Yeah, this level, when it goes wrong, like, it can be rough, but not the end of the world. And so this is one where 2 levels are going to unlock, but going to skip another level, so that we can just keep progressing. Or actually, I guess it gives you 3. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yes. This one I think is one of the hardest, like, multitasking levels of the run, because you have to move a bunch of boxes a lot of the time. Watch out for bullet bills hitting you. It is super involved. Fun level though. There's a hidden gem underneath there that it goes back for. Just uses that,
okay.
falls down and gets it. Nice.
Yeah, I do all the setup at the beginning because you have to wait for a bullet bill cycle. Kind of helps out.
Yeah, very nice. It is. That level's tough. Very easy to just make a small mistake. This one is another one where we only grab 2. It's another one where it would probably be like 10, 15 seconds to grab all 3. The biggest issue being that you sort of have to go back and forth to get a lot of gems.
Great.
So on this one, you really minimize the back and forth that you do. A little unfortunate there with that.
It's like kind of unfortunate, but also not, because I want to take damage, just not at that point.
Really, the biggest issue there is like it's just a little bit scary that you do the rest of the level without have to set it up here because you gotta do one more spin and then go back and grab the star.
Yeah, so normally I'd damage boost through this second piranha plant there, but since I've already taken damage, I will avoid that. Now we get into the pay to win portion of the run.
So amiibo are a thing. I forget if they were in the Wii U version. I don't think they were. I know the game came out before amiibo were a thing. But amiibo give you, is it invincibility? I think that's it, right? Your run speed's still the same. And also will hurt enemies. It's like if you had a superstar in a Mario game.
Yep, so I activated my amiibo. Now I have superstar power. And you'll see it saves a bit of time. I'm just going to run into all these enemies.
Otherwise, you would... it shows like I guess a full animation. I'm trying to think of the way to explain it. It is much faster. This way, the way to make that drawbridge go down. Normally, Toadette like does a little jump on top of those enemies when you hit it, but with the superstar power, it doesn't really work that way. Here it uses the.
Blue Dot holds both of those Kameks in place so that I can throw a turnabout 1 and just run into the other one.
Little hidden gem here.
This game is a hidden gem. Thank you for saying that.
True. I've actually never seen it. So here in the end, do you go into the cannon or do you just run into all the enemies?
I do go into the cannon because there's you have to get the ones on the other side.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just run into all these Goombas pretty much. And especially the really tall Goomba tower here.
Yeah, it's a huge time save. I've never actually seen it with the amiibo, so...
The Hammer Bro always kills the other one. It's pretty epic. And then, yep, just shoot that gem there. Normally you have to go into this cannon and shoot all of the enemies. But I can just skip a lot of that with the amiibo power-up. That is a good question. Why Goombas stack so high? The world may never know.
I think Goomba stacks. You know, some people say the Mario franchise, before Odyssey at least, didn't really take too many risks, and I disagree. I think Goomba stacks are one of the most important and honestly vital risks that Nintendo's taken. And you think of the stacks in Odyssey, right? And that was fun. So I like how Toad there flutters in the air.
Is Toad Yoshi?
I think so.
The world may never know.
To be continued, oh boy. Luckily, at the end of episode 2, there is no credits. We just get to...
Episode 3.
Go... Yeah. And you might say, oh, are we done playing as Toadette? Luckily, no. We are not. Episode 3, we get to play as both Toad and Toadette.
Yes. Insane developer skip right there. Insane time save.
Wow. You really love to see it. The optimized movement.